Hello everyone, Matthew here. Thanks for tuning in. I am going to be doing today, I've got a box here, so let me let you know what's in my box. I've got a USPS postal box, and something very exciting came in the mail today. So let me open this up, and I haven't opened it yet, as you can see. Open it up and show you what's inside. It's the Peter Monn Vlog Challenge hat from Michael Poffology. If you haven't checked out his channel yet, you should definitely do so. You can find him at Poffology here on YouTube. And he just finished, a few days ago, I think on the 29th of November, he finished the Peter Monn Vlog Challenge, which is a 14-day vlog challenge that celebrates Peter Monn, obviously, and his 1,400 videos, 1,400 vlogs alone that he's done. This is amazing. So Peter, again, here goes another vlog challenge in your honor, and thank you, Michael, for nominating me. I'm excited. So I'm going to take off my Mickey Mouse hat, and I'm going to put on, and I want you to see my messy hair, the Peter Monn. This is so crazy. I'm putting on, my head's bigger than Michael's, I think. Hold on. There we go. I'm going to get it snapped in place. There we go. So it's official. This is my first vlog in the Peter Monn Vlog Challenge. I'll be vlogging for 14 days. And yeah, never have I ever vlogged before, so it's kind of nerve-wracking, kind of exciting. Obviously, I also love Peter. Michael definitely has introduced me to Peter's channel, Peter Vlogs channel, and have loved listening to Peter talk about his life and just share openly and honestly. And yeah, so also I was so excited when Michael started this challenge, so it was nice that he nominated me. And yeah, so we'll see. I'm just sitting here by my Christmas tree right now. Obviously, at some point, I will vlog from the car, as is a must. It's one of the requirements to do a Peter Monn Vlog Challenge. And so at some point, I will vlog from my car. But also, I probably won't drive, and here's why. I don't have, a good mic, so hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully. I don't have a great mic to attach, and and the reason that's important for you to know is because of this information, that also my car is not running super well, and so the thought of, trying to vlog from my car seems probably, a bad idea for me personally, because it's already not the safest running vehicle that's ever existed. So, yeah, but I'm here with my very, very fuzzy blanket by the Christmas tree, as one does this time of year. And yeah, so it feels good. It feels like it fits. This is exciting. Yeah, I hope you guys are excited to go on this journey with me. I hope you'll get to know me a little bit. And I don't know if I even said my name. Hi, I'm Matthew. If I already said that, that's funny. But welcome to my channel, Milky Way Matthew. The idea of Milky Way Matthew is first that it sounded like a hilarious name for a vlog channel. So that's kind of how it started. But then also I got thinking about it. And really, I think what I want to share with you on this channel is just the universe through my eyes. So this is my little corner of the Milky Way. So welcome to the Milky Way. It's a great place to be. It also is very difficult to exist in this galaxy sometimes. And so I'll be real with you as best as I can when it's hard. So yeah, I'm gonna just share a little bit, I guess, about my day. I just got home from hanging out with some of my very good friends here in town. They live in the same neighborhood as me, and we kind of have created we're kind of in each other's COVID bubble. So we like, well, I realized the other day, what day was it? I realized on Sunday that I had not, the only day like last Sunday, the Sunday before that, the only day that whole week that I didn't eat dinner at their house was Tuesday, and that's because I was at work. And then I still saw them after work. No, I didn't. But I know what it was. The dinner that I ate after work was leftovers from our dinner on Sunday before that. So basically, that to say, I spend a lot of time at their house. We're together a lot. And so, yeah, we had dinner tonight. We had homemade beef stew, and it was amazing. It was so good. And we had rolls, and I had 2 kinds of jam. I love jam. Some of you might know that I love jam. I love jam, and so I had an apricot jam that I got at Marshall's. Sometimes Marshall's, I don't even know when I got it. I probably got it, maybe like I got it sometime over the summer. Because there was like a little bit of time when, we like thought everything was getting better with COVID and like stores were opening up and stuff. Now I like really I do not go to the store that much. I basically, at Walmart, I do pickup, and then I'll order some stuff online, and sometimes I'll go into Dollar General if I just need like something quick because it's closer. But yeah, I haven't spent a lot of time going into stores, which I do miss because I love going to Marshall's. Michael Poff introduced me to Marshall's back in college and kind of got me acquainted with them. And then our other friend, Kirsten, ended up working at Marshall's. Shout out to Kirsten, who, by the way, let me pause here and just promote another vlog for Vlogmas, okay? I'm not doing Vlogmas. I'm doing the Peter Monn Vlog Challenge, 14 days, and in honor of Peter as a great way to get used to vlogging every day. But a lot of people are doing Vlogmas, which I was trying to explain to my mom last night. And if you know my mom, you might not be surprised to know that when I explained what Vlogmas was to her, she immediately said, "Why have you never told me about this?" And I was just like, "Mom, I didn't know I was supposed to." Well, first of all, I didn't know about Vlogmas until this year. So obviously I'm late to the game already, but I didn't know that I was supposed to like let my mom know about that. But here's what I was talking about. My friend Kirsten and her husband Chris, who is my oldest friend. I always tell people we were friends since infancy because our parents were friends. Chris and Kirsten are doing Vlogmas, and it's so fun. And so I watched that today, and it made me laugh very hard. So you can find their vlog for Vlogmas at Always Us. I don't actually right this second. I have to post YouTube videos for both of my jobs regularly, like weekly I post YouTube videos. I don't know how to get a link to show up, and I was talking to Michael and he's like, "Yeah, you just put in the link," and I've tried that and it never shows up as a link. So I think that is a user error and it's something I'm doing wrong. But Poffology, Always Us, those are 2 great vlogs. They're both doing Vlogmas and I watch them every day. You should watch them. Very, very fun, very cute. Chris and Kirsten are hilarious and will make you laugh, and you should go back and watch their Thanksgiving episode from before Vlogmas because they have a time lapse of them eating Thanksgiving dinner together that I think I commented on it or texted them, and I was like, this was exactly what I needed, and I didn't know I needed to see this. It was just so beautiful to see them share Thanksgiving dinner together and to see them laughing and enjoying each other's presents. It's just beautiful. So I love Chris and Kirsten. Oh, so I was saying that because Kirsten got a job at Marshall's when we were in college. So a bunch of us were at college together, and Kirsten also got a job at Marshall's. Anyway, so I moved here, where I live now in Illinois, a small town in Illinois, 60 miles away from Chicago, but still a very small town. And but in a town over, there's a 2 towns over, there's a Marshalls, and I used to love going and walking around the Marshalls. Well, anyway, I did sometime earlier this summer. I was able to go and walk around Marshalls, and I found. Oh, so I love looking at the food at Marshalls because they always have great seasonings. And this is something, again, that I learned from Michael, but they always have great seasonings and things that you could find. And I found a great looking apricot jam. Apricot. A great looking apricot jam. And it's French. It says it's imported from France. And so I took that. Actually, I took that and a mixed berry jam that my friend Karen gave to me. I took both those jams over tonight to my friend's house because we were going to have homemade beef stew and rolls. And my friend texted me and said, hey, if you want jam, we have raspberry, blackberry jam. But if you want anything else, you can bring it. So I brought mixed berry jam, which was from a farmer's market, and it's very good. So it's probably, I'm guessing it's like fairly local. That was good. And this apricot jam that's imported from France. And so we were talking about that. And I don't know, but so we're talking about France. And then one of my friends said, hey, after dinner I have an activity for us. And she brought out these papers and said, we're gonna do this, and it shouldn't take too long. But anyway, she hands us all these papers, and I didn't know what it was, but here you can see at the top, it says Europe. It was a map of Europe, but none of the country names were filled in. It was all blank, and she had a list in the middle, and we were supposed to fill out all the countries in Europe, which made me excited and nervous because I knew where France was. I don't know this because we didn't talk about it. I think that that's what brought this up in her mind, was that we had talked about how the jam was from France. Though I don't know that. She could have just been thinking about it because it was something she was working on for school. I'm not sure. But anyhow, so we did this, and 2 of us didn't do so great. TBH. And then two of them got all of them right, of course. So I knew where France was, I knew where Italy was, I knew where Spain was, I knew where England was, and Scotland, and Iceland, and Russia, and I also got Greece. And then that is about the end of the ones that I got correct. So I have like a lot of ones that are crossed out. Some of them, okay, so I just started guessing, and some of them were actually like closer than I thought. Like I thought this was Lithuania, but Lithuania is actually right here. Who knew? Also, Czechoslovakia. Oh, this is so embarrassing. Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakia. This is hilarious. This is so funny. My brain's melting. Czechoslovakia. That's how you say it. Is not Czechoslovakia anymore. It's... Oh. Okay, I might be saying this entirely wrong. Anyway, I can't read what I wrote. I'm so sorry. I apologize to all the people, all the Czech people. You should correct me if you're watching this in the comments. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that they recently changed their name to Czechia. Yeah. They recently changed from Czechoslovakia to separate Slovakia and Czechia, which is interesting. And okay, so here's why that's interesting to me. Because I was thinking earlier in the evening, actually in the late afternoon, I was thinking about how I don't have any clue. Okay, so I've been to India and I visited there for 1 week, and then we spent a few days in Paris afterwards. And actually, I don't know if I'm covering up my camera, but I'm gonna see. Oh wait, I don't think I can switch. I don't think I can switch the camera while it's on. So there's my box. Can you see this? I don't know if you can see this. This is probably not great quality vlogging because I don't really know what you can see. That right there is a picture of Notre Dame before it burned. I was there. I took that photo. And so anyway, with a group from college, a choir, we went to India for 7 days. I got very sick. Maybe I'll tell you that story sometime. It's kind of funny. I thought I was going to die. I didn't. I need a drink of water. Turns out vlogging makes you thirsty. This is my giant Star Wars Turvis tumbler that my mom got me. It's very nice. I like it. I like this hat also. Thank you, Michael, once again. Everyone check out Poffology. Okay, so I've been to India and then spent 3 days in Paris, which I did not want to leave. It was beautiful. Such good pastries. Which, speaking of which, Chris and Kirsten, today they posted a video where they had chocolate croissants, which I'm very passionate about chocolate croissants, and it's because I didn't know that was a thing until I had one in Paris, and they're everywhere, and they're delicious. And, okay, so before I went, everyone said, this is what I had always heard, that, like, everyone in Paris is rude, and that it stinks, and I just think that's terrible. First of all, why would you say that about an entire city that's known as possibly one of the most beautiful cities in the world? I think it's just because Americans are bitter, quite frankly. That's my opinion. So I went into it thinking there's no way that that's true. And it wasn't, because everyone was very nice that we met, and it does not smell bad. In my experience, you literally could, like, it was constantly smelling fresh pastries. So we stayed in a hostel, and then, like, just down the street from our hostel was this patisserie. And so you would walk out, and then you just take a few steps, and you would start smelling all the pastries. Oh, so good. So anyway, yeah. But, okay, so I've been there, and I've been some other places. Maybe I'll talk about that in another vlog. Maybe sometime I will show you. Maybe I'll do a vlog about my travels. I don't know. It's not that extensive, but I would love to travel more. So, anyway, even though I have been able to see a few other places in the world and to meet people there and to come to love them and know them, and also, speaking of which, I just remembered, this is bad. I just remembered that I got a Facebook message from this kid that I met in India. He was in, like, middle school at the time, maybe junior high, and he was the son of the family that was, like, had connected us to these places where our choir was going. And we visited their home one evening, and we hung out with them the whole week, and we came to love their family, and their family loved us. And, like, the hardest part of leaving India was at the end of our time there, our choir stood around this family, and we sang to them this beautiful, beautiful song that choir's been singing for like 80 plus years, and we just sang it over them, and it was really, really beautiful, and we were all like crying. It was very emotional, especially for like this middle school kid who's just like met all of like these 25 new friends, and it was really hard to say goodbye. Anyway, so he just sent me, oh, I don't know if I can reach this. I was just going to show you, I just realized I have a little elephant from India right there, but I can't reach it. I don't want to move. So this kid just sent me a Facebook message the other day, and he was like, do you remember me? And I was like, of course I remember you. I'll never forget you. I have a thing of your family's names on my fridge. I think about you all the time. And then he sent me a message back, and I forgot to reply. So, sorry. Hopefully you're not watching this. Okay. I now am seeing how one of the things, I'm going to come back to that, but one of my favorite things about Peter's vlogs is how he can go from subject to subject and still remember. And I always thought that was amazing. And now I realize, like, it's really easy to just kind of go in from one subject to another and then kind of trace your way back through. But I like it because it feels like you're hanging out with him, and you're just, of course, you know, with Peter, you're in the car, you're just chilling, and you're hanging out, and it's very fun and relaxed, and it feels totally organic. And so I hope that that is what you're experiencing now, and not like, what is he ranting about? So the reason I was talking about India was because I was thinking in the late afternoon as I was reading this book that I was reading for a group discussion that we were going to have tonight. I was thinking about how even though I've been to those places, I have no idea what it's like to be from India. Or like, I have no idea what it's like to be Lithuanian. I have no concept of what their experience has been as a human, and what that it means to them, and what they think about the world. And even if we have things in common, like, okay, like, even so, like, British people, I don't even know. Okay, so like, maybe some, you know, British people are white and I'm white and we have that in common. Even so, I don't have any clue what it would be, so what was overwhelming me in that moment was to just think, like, how different humans are, and how my experience of what it's like to be human right now is just such a microscopic pinprick in all of human experience. And it, like, was kind of terrifying to me, and it's kind of heartbreaking because I have no idea what they're experiencing. And so I guess, like, it just makes me want to be a better listener, and it makes me want to seek out stories from people that I have less in common with. And also, even the people I have a lot in common with. So even the people that I'm very close with, that we're, like, maybe geographically similar and have a lot of other things in common about what I would call, like, our lens in life, we still have differences. And so this is part of the discussion we were having tonight with this book, was like, can you even be okay with people that are very similar to you having differences? And we were talking about, like, families, and how part of the reason that holidays are hard, and that they've been even harder with COVID, is because we're seeing that we don't handle differences, like, even in our own families well. Like, if one person has a different opinion, then they're just expected to kind of be quiet and to not say something that's going to, like, upset, you know, what the family is supposed to think about something. And but then also, like, okay, so even those of us who maybe have a different idea than the rest of our family, can I be a generous enough person to find what's interesting about that person who doesn't find me interesting? Okay, which takes me to Aaron Sorkin. Okay, if you know Aaron Sorkin, comment. Also, if you're still watching, props. Comment down below, Sports Night. And here's why. I love Aaron Sorkin. Aaron Sorkin is a screenwriter and a director, and he's even acted, like, in these tiny little roles in a couple of his movies. But he's most famously known for winning the Oscar for Best Screenplay for The Social Network. And in his speech, he said, it's such an honor, something like, it's such an honor to be winning this award so many years after the movie with a similar name, The Network, which is also, if you haven't seen The Network, if you like Aaron Sorkin, especially if you like Newsroom, you need to watch The Network. Or, I'm sorry, it's just called Network. I don't think it's called The Network. It's from the 60s, and it's an amazing movie. So watch it if you like movies. Watch Network. It's super, super good. So anyway, Aaron Sorkin is one of my favorite screenwriters, and he has made several television shows. He wrote West Wing for 4 seasons, which is the good part of that show. I'm sure. Okay, here's the thing. I tried to keep watching, but all I could think was, I'm so sad just knowing that Aaron didn't write this and that it wasn't what he had in mind for these characters going forward. So it was really hard for me to keep watching, so I kind of gave up. Anyway, Aaron Sorkin, his first television show was a show called Sports Night, which so Chris in their vlog, Always Us, say, I'm not a sports fan. Chris, I'm right with you, not a sports fan. I really don't like sports, which is probably shocking to those of you who know me, and to those of you who are just getting to know me, you're probably also shocked. JK, I don't think that's a very surprising thing about me. I just don't get sports. It's not that I don't understand how the game works, although there are things about certain sports I don't understand. Don't get me wrong. I do not understand the games technically. I just don't get sports. I'm always asking, well, what's the story here? And to me, and many of you have probably heard me say this before, but the only thing I can find remotely interesting about the story of sports are the fans. So the fans that go to the games. I think it's a fascinating story that these people do this, and they love this thing, this event, and it's not for them. It's I'm very close friends with some huge sports fans, and they love going to sports events. And for them, it's not even just about the sport. It's about the food and the atmosphere, and it's an event with the nostalgia and emotion. And so that side of it interests me somewhat. Not enough to make me want to go to a sporting event. I'm sure it will happen someday, but it hasn't happened yet, and I'm at peace with that, let me tell you. But it will probably happen someday. And I've been to many minor league sporting events because I grew up not terribly far from a city that had a minor league baseball team, and we would go there a few times a year. And it was fine. And it was, it was fun when you were in high school, because you would just get up from your seats and you would walk around. And we weren't causing trouble or anything, but we would just laugh and goof off and stuff. So that was fun. I don't love sports, but okay, so which made me not really want to watch Sports Night. This Aaron Sorkin, the Aaron Sorkin show from the late 90s. There's literally an episode about Y2K. It's hilarious and wonderful. And shout out to all you people who remember Y2K. If you're watching this vlog and you remember Y2K, comment down below how many cases of water you had in your basement for Y2K. I don't think we actually had so I would have been, full disclosure, I was 7 when Y2K happened, and I remember we were passing the gas station. This was leading up to Y2K. This is so vivid. I can remember passing the gas station, and I was asking my mom to explain it to me, which is a hilarious concept now, because I'm sure my mom does not know computers. I'm sure my mom did not have a clue what Y2K was. And bless her heart, she did her best to explain it to a little 7-year-old. And I remember coming to the stoplight and her explaining, and basically, but here's the great thing, is I don't think we didn't stock up on anything. We always had extra canned vegetables in the basement, but that's just because it was storage. That was where we kept a bunch of stuff. But here's what's great about that memory is that I do remember that my mom just made me feel safe and it was going to be okay. So that's how you handle. And I'll also say my friends who are parents during COVID, it has been beautiful to watch them assure their kids that even though there's bad things happening and there are people who are sick, and that the virus is something we need to actively work to combat, to instill in children you are okay. And to watch them parent with nuance and honesty is beautiful. Okay, so Y2K Sports Night. So I'm watching Sports Night, and it's only 2 seasons, which is a tragedy because it starts off, and in the first season there's a laugh track, which, so it's a sitcom. It's like 22-minute sitcom, and in the first season there's a laugh track, which I don't love, but I kind of love how campy that makes it. But by halfway through the first season, okay, when I first started, I was like, oh no, it's a show about a sports show, and I don't like sports. Like, I'm not going to like this. By the end of halfway through the first season, I was like, okay, I like these characters. By the end of the first season, I was like, I love this show. It's brilliant. And I'm in season 2, and I adore it. It's so happy, and it's been surprisingly poignant and deep and insightful just about humans. And, okay, so this is why I'm saying this. I almost forgot. That was almost just a really long rant for no reason. But here's the point. Here's the point of what I want to say about Sports Night. So I watched an episode over lunch today, and in the episode, one of the main characters, she is the producer of Sports Night, the sports show, and she inherits a gun, a musket from the Revolutionary War, I guess, right? Yeah. And she has it in her office, which I don't think they ever explain like why it's in her office. I don't know if it was like shipped to her there or something, but anyway, so she's in her office and she's with her coworker and they're talking and she just says, I have a gun. And her coworker says like, okay, like, why would you tell me that or whatever? And she's like, no, I have a gun in this room. And her coworker's like, okay, do you want to like explain that? And she's like, yeah, I inherited this. I don't know what to do with it because I hate guns. Guns are evil. And I just want to get rid of it. And so she's like, definitely anti-gun in this show. And okay, so later in this episode, this guy that she's kind of crushing on, they're having like a moment, and she tells him that there's a gun in the office and that it's like a musket. So anyway, he starts looking at it, and he's like, oh, I love this. I love, this is so cool. And she's like, how can you like this? Guns are terrible. And so anyway, what she says is like, guns are awful, guns are bad. And like, I'm saying there, I'm like, yes, okay, I agree with this. But then Sorkin spins it around, and this other character says, I'm sorry, the world is just more interesting than that. And he goes on to talk about, it's like he knows a lot about guns, and he says, this musket would have been used, this is the exact kind that would have been used by, and he like names off some person who was a farmer that was just trying to defend their homeland, and basically tells this story that's really compelling about how ordinary people put their lives on the line in order for what they believed in. Now, I don't want to right now I'm not interested in debating, like whether I agree with that course of action. But here's what I'll say. I agree with him that when he says, I'm sorry, the world's just a more interesting place than that. And that is, I guess, kind of what I've been thinking about throughout this afternoon, evening, and like how when it comes to being around people that, even if you have a lot of similarities, but if you have differences, can you find a way to find out what's interesting about that person? So that's what, so like I've told many of my friends, like one of my favorite phrases to say when something happens to me that is really annoying or maybe frustrating. Now, like, okay, don't get me wrong. There are things that can just like set me off and I don't handle well. But like if someone says something rude to me or like really condescending, I think I have an ability to like just lean into this phrase. Maybe it's like a mantra of mine. And it's just, that's interesting. I'll just say like, oh, that's interesting. And what that allows me to do is kind of just remove myself from it emotionally and to see, oh no, this is turning into like a therapy vlog. This might be bad. but it like allows me to separate myself from it and to see it objectively and realize, you know what, like this person just did something hurtful to me, but it's probably because of something really interesting that has happened to them. And not good, I don't mean interesting as in like good, but interesting as in like a compelling story. There's some sort of, like, this is happening because some sort of compelling, sad, tragic story, or because this person doesn't care. And that's also an interesting character trait, to like not care about other people. It's kind of like not a great one. Wouldn't recommend like living into that for yourself, but it also kind of makes it interesting. I'm also now going to take this time to open my LaCroix. I have a limoncello LaCroix, and so that's what I want to drink right now. I want to drink that. So I've got water in my tumbler, but I'm also going to open my limoncello LaCroix. Maybe just okay, so I think limoncello is my favorite flavor, but I also love apricot, so maybe that's just the theme of this vlog. I love apricots. If you're still watching, comment down below Y or N to apricots, yes or no. Just put apricot Y if you like apricots. Put apricot N for no if you don't like apricots. And then if you want to tell me why, you can, but just let me know what you think of apricots. I like them. So I like the apricot LaCroix. I also like pamplemousse. Obviously, to me, pamplemousse, grapefruit, is the classic LaCroix. It's the starter. It's the gateway LaCroix, if you will. That's where you need to start out because it's a very accurate flavor. But some of my other favorites, yes, of course, pamplemousse, apricot, coconut, which Michael also mentioned at some point, and I agree with that. Coconut's a great LaCroix. I haven't had it in a long time. I also might be in the minority here. I really like cola, the cola LaCroix, which seems like you can't find it as... I feel like it's at Walmart only around 4th of July because it got red, white, and blue on it. So, like, maybe that's why. But anyway, limoncello is up there for me. It's very good. I'm going to take a drink. And here's why I like it. There's a... I don't know if this is true. There's a vanilla... It almost is like a cream soda taste to me. It's very, very good. The bubbles are attacking me! Okay, so sometimes carbonated drinks are like a lot for me, and okay, so I also want to tell you this, because partially what I want to do in this vlog is just, there's some friends that I have that, I don't get to see very often, especially now because of COVID, so I want to give you some updates about me. One thing that is a recent development in my life is that I have become very much in love with Diet caffeine-free Coke. So I started realizing that I really like Diet Coke, but here's the thing, caffeine makes me super anxious, and I know that because when I drink caffeine, without fail, within like 2 to 3 hours, I will think that something is wrong, and I will become very jittery, and I won't know what's wrong, and I'll think that I've done something wrong, or that somebody's mad at me, or that like the world's just falling apart, and then all of a sudden I realize, oh, I had a cup of coffee from the diner. And that's when I'm like, okay, this is just the caffeine, which is why, I do not think I would do well with drugs, because I don't even handle caffeine well. So I've realized I love Diet Coke, but every time I would drink one, I would still have like a crazy caffeine reaction. So I realized there is Diet caffeine-free Coke. I didn't know that. And there is, and I thought the only place I could get it around here was at Walgreens, and so every once in a while my coworker will get one for me, which is so nice. She got it, so I have 2 jobs. I'll explain probably more of this later, but I have 2 jobs, and one of them, my coworker, one time got me a Diet, I guess it's only one time she ever did this, but she brought me a Diet caffeine-free Coke when she went to go get snacks or something, without like me even asking, which was so nice. And the other day, she got Sierra Mist when we ordered pizza for lunch. She got Sierra Mist because it didn't have caffeine, so that was really nice. But I still don't, soda's hard for me because of like the sugar alone, just kind of just doesn't make me feel good, but that was very nice for her. So love LaCroix. So yeah, that's an update. I really I found at Walmart some Diet Caffeine Free Coke. But here's the issue. They come in bottles. I really wish I could get it in cans because I feel like neither are great for the environment. I'm pretty sure both are bad. Yeah. But aluminum is definitely not as bad as plastic. And so I like, even as I got some Diet Caffeine Free Coke, a 6-pack of bottles, so I could enjoy that around Thanksgiving and the holidays. And it kind of like every time I drink one, I'm like, ugh, even though I'm putting it in the recycle, it just makes me feel bad that I'm like participating in plastic. But I mean, there are so many things that we're all doing that are still bad. And, you know, it's about, okay, so I'll tell you, okay, so here's a couple other updates. I make my own laundry soap. So if you want my recipe, comment down below, and maybe next time, if I get a lot of, you know, people commenting, I will share my laundry soap recipe. So I just made the most I've ever made at one time. I almost filled to the top 2 5-gallon buckets, and so, but then I took some out that I put in an old laundry soap bottle that I'm going to give to my friend here in town, so she can try homemade laundry soap. So I make my own homemade laundry soap, which I really like. And it's way cheaper, and you don't have all the crazy plastic. There's like, so much plastic in laundry soap bottles. But then I also have started, and actually I forgot once again this morning, I keep this is hilarious. I keep a 5-gallon bucket in my shower, and so when I shower, the 5-gallon bucket, my faucet for the, like, where it would come out if you were going to take a bath, some of the water still comes out of there because my shower is janky. But anyway, so it fills up with water, and then I use that in the laundry. So I'll, which is annoying, but it's a good workout because what am I saying? My bathroom and my bedroom are upstairs, and so I have to fill that 5-gallon bucket when I shower, and then I carry it down to my basement where my laundry is. And then you can throw that in the wash, and that's just a way. And it's only 5. Here's the thing: what was crazy to me was I was like, "This is so much water," and it was so super heavy the first time I carried it, and I realized it didn't even like put this much water in the washing machine. Every time I wash, it's using so much water. That's mind blowing. But anyway, so at least, and that's the thing, is like we're all just learning how to improve, and that's one way that I'm improving. So yeah, it's only 5 gallons of water, but it's 5 gallons of water, and that's not nothing. So do something. So Michael challenged me to do the Peter Monn vlog challenge, and I'm challenging you to consider what change can I make in my life for the sake of the earth. Now, that being said, love me some LaCroix. I will recycle this can, and yeah, you know what? I'm not sure that I feel like this is probably very long for a first vlog, but I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed sharing some of my thoughts from today with you. I hope you found them interesting. I hope you enjoyed listening to me rant a little bit. Again, Peter, thank you so much for being an inspiration to Michael, who's been an inspiration to me. Again, so find him at Poffology on YouTube. Find my friends, Chris and Kirsten at Always Us on YouTube. I will try to learn before I post this how to link a video. So I hope you can find them. And what else? Is there anything else like pressing that I need to tell you in this first vlog? I feel like I kind of said what I did today. Oh yeah, today I was just working from home. So I have 2 jobs. One of which I work from home. The other one I have to go to 2.5 days a week. So tomorrow I'll be going into work, but guess what? It's at the end of my street, so I don't have to go far, which is nice. So I'll be going into work tomorrow, and oh, you know what I'm going to do tonight? I'm going to read Stave 2. Actually, this is true, but I'm also going to do some other things. It's already like 9. I'm going to have a late night probably. I'm not sure when I'm going to be vlogging, so I'm like doing this kind of at the end of my day. And that's what I want to do because I can share kind of what I've been thinking about. But I'm also realizing that I'm going to have to be very intentional about getting to bed. So, also tonight, other than uploading this video, and I will probably call Michael and ask him how to do a few things on YouTube. So get ready for my call. But also I'm going to read Stave 2, Chapter 2 of A Christmas Carol. I'm reading A Christmas Carol for the first time. I'm doing it for work because for work, so like tomorrow, I will be recording myself read this chapter. So maybe I'll link, yeah, I probably will. Maybe I'll link below the first chapter that I read. It's not perfect. It's not flawless. It's like as if I was reading it live. There are a few edits, a few cuts. If you watch my mug in the video, my little unicorn mug, you'll see it kind of move around at different spots. And that's because like I just had to pause and maybe read a paragraph again and take a drink of water. Oh, it's Cocoa. It's definitely Cocoa. Okay, so now you're the real fans that know in the mug in the video of me reading that is water, not cocoa, even though I imply it's cocoa. I never said it was cocoa, it was just implied cocoa. If you're still watching, comment down below, implied cocoa. That would be great. But yeah, so I'm reading it out loud, and I'm doing voices for all the characters, so, and it's my first time reading it, so tonight I need to read through it, and I will probably try to read through it in as much of it as I can out loud without like, you know, getting totally exhausted after talking here to you for 46 minutes, my goodness. So, yeah. So that's what my plan for tonight is to read Chapter 2 of A Christmas Carol, which maybe I'll talk more about it. I have found, just in the first chapter, I love A Christmas Carol, the story. This is my first time reading it. I found it so totally and utterly profound. So maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow after I've read the second chapter, and I can kind of talk through the first half of the book with you. But yeah, so let me kind of wrap things up here in the Peter Monn Vlog Challenge way. So if no one has told you this today, I'm going to get it nice and close, okay? You can lean into it if you want. If no one has told you this today, you are loved, you are important, you are needed, you are essential to your community and to this world. You have an ability to do something that is not only beautiful, but it's important and good. And so my hope for you tonight is that you get some rest and can wake up tomorrow knowing that there are steps in front of you that the world needs you to take. And I'm thankful that you took the steps you took today, that you found the energy and willpower to do them. Don't give up, keep going. So to recap, you're loved, you're important, you're needed. Again, thank you, Michael, for nominating me to do the Peter Monn Vlog Challenge. 14 days, here we go. So this is Matthew, Milky Way Matthew, vlog number 1 of the Peter Monn Vlog Challenge. Taking a ceremonial final sip of my limoncello LaCroix. All right, over and out. Bye.